Hello, I'm Owen Zimpel. I'm the Director for Student Disability Services here at St. Cloud State. And what our office does is provide accommodations for students with all sorts of different disabilities. So some people kind of think, oh, they have to be deaf or visually impaired or blind or have a mobility impairment. Those are some of the areas that we work with, but people with depression, anxiety, learning disabilities, ADD or ADHD also all qualify for our services. So it's best not to feel like, oh, I don't qualify. It's best more to come in and ask, and then we can tell you what you need to do to be qualified. And we want documentation of the disability. But for doing that, then you can use our services depending on what the documentation supports. Could be alternative testing, which is extra time in a quiet room, maybe note takers, sign language interpreters, maybe it would be note takers, things like that. So any kind of services that you need to have to access the public education, your classes, that's what we would provide. So it might even be a different place to sit or a table if you're using a wheelchair. Just depends on what the disability is. And how you do that, get the documentation to us. Doesn't really matter, there's no cutoff time. I open cases throughout the whole year. So if, unfortunately this is not the way to do it, but sometimes people will have a bad midterm experience and decide, well, I better go use their services, and that's when they'll come in and sign up. You don't get as good an effect as using us the whole semester, but it can help even at that late date. Other than that, I think we should show you around a little bit so you can see what some of the rooms that you could maybe be in look like. This is a room that you might get to use if you're using our services. Our graduate assistants, and we have 2 graduate assistants students can meet with. They will sometimes meet with students in this room, but otherwise if you're taking a computer-based test and you get extended time in a quiet room, you could be using this for that as well. This is one of our alternative testing rooms, so if one of the accommodations you're approved for is alternative testing, which could include extra time and the quiet room, this would be a space where you could go distraction-free with extra time to take tests. So there you've had a real short tour of Student Disability Services here at St. Cloud State. If you need more information, feel free to stop by our office. We are in Centennial Hall, room 202, so we're just kind of off the lobby. And otherwise you could call us. Our phone is 320-308-4080. But just stop by and check us out.